the problem was clear last year with the Wolves and what they lacked. Interior defense. So many baskets. Clark giving up at the rim by.
And in transition as well, Kevin. They were in the bottom 3 in points in the paint and fast break points against. Hard to win consistently with those numbers.
LeBron drives in. Mozgov kicks to Irving. The fader. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Rejected by Mozgov. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. And the Timberwolves call timing. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain him.
Kevin Martin on the wing. James covering. Garnett. James against Rubio. Oh, that's blocked.
And for the Wolves, it's just that they didn't really have anyone who can protect the rim for them. They were last in the league in blocks.
Free throw good, LeBron.
One thing for sure about many, their offense is solid enough, but if they want to make the next step forward, they need to start protecting the rim or get somebody who can protect the rim. Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Passes it to Mozgov. He kicks it to Irving. The three. Another three for Cleveland.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Rubio with it. 8 points for him. Dishes it to Martin. To the right side. Shot clock at 6. Wiggins. No good. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession.
A super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Miller comes in for Thompson. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Smith. Minnesota also making some changes. Corky Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Payne comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Muhammad in for Wiggins.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Kyrie Irving 3 seasons ago was the only rookie in NBA history to shoot as well as he did from the three-pointers, the field, and the free throw line. There's no question about it. He is an elite shooter.
And Irving, super skilled, one of the league's best shooters, and he'd make a strong case for being the league's most elusive ball handler as well. Seems to get by his man pretty much at will.
Free throw, no good for LeBron. And Irving super quick with the ball in his hands, and when he gets to the basket, a master using spin and English to convert.
And Kevin, you know, the story is that growing up, the hoop in his yard had a big part of the backboard broken off on the right side, so he had to learn that spin in English in order to bank it in.
I like that story.
Necessity is the mother of creation.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
Many consider him a genius-level coach. Doris thinks we'll see how he does. Levine's checked in for Ricky Rubio. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Levine kicks to Muhammad. And there's the pass to Levine. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. The feed to Payne. Pass to Levine. Shoots from the line. That one a little long.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
You know, one of the big stories has been the three ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
And he makes the first.
Well, last season viewed as a bit of a hiccup in Kyrie Irving's rise to greatness. His shooting percentages fell, but he actually improved his assist-to-turnover ratio. He's cut his turnover rate every season, as a matter of fact.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Minnesota. That one is no good.
And for Irving, some have said he over-dribbles and tries to freelance too much offensively. They'd like to see him become more pass-oriented. Some of that really a function of personnel, but I think he can and will improve as a passer. Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Outside Irving. Kicks it out to LeBron. All sorts of time. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists in the game.
I don't think you can say enough about the quarter he's having. Every one of his attempts has gone down.
You talk about areas for Irving to improve, Clark. Defense certainly part of it.
Yeah, and with LeBron back, I think every player will be held to a higher standard defensively, no question. Kyrie, a player with a lot of responsibility offensively, but to be great, you got to do it at both ends. On the wing, Shumpert. Miller with a wide open look. Another three for Cleveland.
Solid work right there. And again, the field goal percentages. Look at the discrepancy between these two teams in the second half.
Well, you're right. We've got one team moving crisply to get good shots and the other team just a bit stagnant.
And there's the rejection. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Cavaliers on top, running away with this one. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
And so here's Cleveland. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. They've got Mike Miller. Marion is out there with James Jones. Then there's Perkins, and it's Dellavedova in at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And Marion gets it to go. Marion's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Cleveland. Timberwolves shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Muhammad, the pass to Neal. Kicks it to Bennett, feeds it to Budinger from deep. Count that one.
Chase Budinger for 3.
Here's Dellavedova.
Well, you know, this last draft class was one that had been hyped up for such a long time with the big names, primarily Wiggins, Parker, and Embiid, all being viewed as potential franchise players. I'm not quite sure of that, but they certainly are tremendous talents. A lot of teams knew that, and it became a bit of a race to the bottom for some franchises.
And stolen by Bennett. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. Ahead, here's Neal. There's the dish to Bennett. Lets it go from deep. And another 3 for Minnesota. Here's Dellavedova. Steve, you are general manager in the NBA and NBA coach now, but you know that the teams that know they're not going to make the playoffs will play younger players as opposed to perhaps some veterans. giving those younger players time to develop, maybe not necessarily securing wins, but certainly securing experience for those kind of players.
Well, securing experience and then also securing a high draft pick. And obviously, you have to get lucky and hit on a star player at some point. But I think it's the preferable method for teams to go that route these days rather than to just hang around the middle of the league in mediocrity.
Now here's Muhammad. Here's Neal. Jumper off the screen, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
The Cavaliers leading by 23. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And the foul called on Gary Neal.
Well, it started a few years ago, and it looks like it's a trend that is here to stay. Sleeve jerseys, once again, making their presence felt in the NBA. I got to admit, I don't see the appeal for players. I never like to shoot with a sleeved shirt on. It kind of tugs at your arm, but it sells, and that's the big thing for the league.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Pass to Pekovic. Outside, Martin. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Just 5 to shoot. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Well, as Steve was talking about, the sleeves might bother some, others not so much, but with last year and the All-Star teams using them as well as the Christmas games, Clark, it is the de facto special edition jersey now, it seems.
And, it's good for some casual fans who want to support their teams without running around winter wearing a tank top.
Like you and I are doing right now. It's rebounded by Cleveland. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. Irving. Great D that time from Martin.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for James. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop him.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Wiggins with it, working on James. No good.
Well, at least he had the presence of mind to change his shot when the defense got on him. You've got to improvise sometimes.
A nice shot by Irving.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now, thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
For Minnesota, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Here's Rubio. Mozgov grabs the board. Cleveland's gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Back to Irving. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
You got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
The drive by Rubio. That's good.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And stolen by Wiggins. That's good.
Looks like they're going to finish strong, but just aren't enough ticks left on the clock.
Well, Steve, it's a good run they're having now, but they just waited too long to have it.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith. This team really looked good tonight. What was the key out there?
I mean, our penetration was unbelievable tonight. Everybody was penetrating the ball. We weren't settling for jump shots and contested jumpers. And as long as we keep moving the ball, we'll be fine.
JR, appreciate the time as always. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time.